Good afternoon, Mavericks fans. Welcome to another Mavericks live stream here on July 8th at Athletic Park. Today we have the Western Division and Wimbo leading 23-4 MHMavericks against the Eastern Division 4th place team 14-16 Swift Current 57's. The Mavericks are 1-0 this season against the Swift Current, beating them 4-3 in the 11th inning, a come-from-behind walk-off win on Canada Day 1 week ago. Since that game, Medicine Hat has gone 3-1, beating Weyburn twice and Edmonton once, extending their season-long win streak to 13 games, before losing last night to the Prospects 13-10 to end the Mavericks' second longest win streak in franchise history. Edmonton jumped on them early and were leading 11-3 after 4 innings, one of the biggest holes the Mavericks have put themselves in this season. Junpei Akinuma only lasted 2 1/3 innings, and to start giving up 8 runs on 8 hits before being pulled early on. Medicine Hat gave it their best effort in the comeback try. Zach Gray had a 2-run home run in the 5th inning, and David Vilches blasted a 3-run shot over the scoreboard in the 7th inning to make it 13-10. But it would not be enough, as the final score would stay that way. The Mavericks loaded the bases in the bottom of the 9 to get everybody on their edge of their seats and make it very interesting, but they could not bring anybody around, and the 13-game win streak would come to a close. Mavericks come into this game now 9-1 in their last 10, still have a 5.5 game lead over the Okotoks Dogs with a 23-4 record. 57's are 4-6 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row and are 14-16. Few league batting stats for you. Carson Johnson is 5th in the entire league with a 3.79 batting average. .379 batting average. Johnson is also 2nd in the league in runs with 35, only behind Weyburn's Corey Wheaton, who has 36. Johnson is also 6th in the league in hits with 39. So hits, batting average, and runs, he's at least in the top 6 for in the league. David Salguero is tied for 2nd in the league with 10 doubles. Louis Canjura is tied for 4th in the league with 26 RBIs. And Salguero is 2nd in the league for stolen bases with 16, only behind Weyburn's Corey Wheaton again, who has 17. And some pitching stats. Junpei Akinuma, Barry Kane, Alex Defoe all sit tied for 2nd in wins with 4 in the league. Tyler Shumpert is tied for 3rd in the league with 3 saves, and Alex Defoe is 5th in the league in ERA with a 1.56. Lots of top-of-the-league batting stats from the Mavericks, and a few pitching ones as well, has led to the Mavericks' 23-4 record. Visiting starting lineup from the Swift Current 57's, batting first, number 8, Ethan Hunter, the shortstop. In the 2 spot is Nick Canas, the right fielder, number 39. Batting third is Bo McClintock, the heavy batter for the 57's, number 11 is the first baseman. Batting fourth, number 24, Blake Adams, the left fielder. And in the 5 spot is the designated hitter, Miles Miller, number 22. In the 6 spot, number 41, Ben Komanowski, the catcher. Third baseman, Mitch Dean, is batting 7th. And second baseman, Jared Doki, is batting 8th. And in the 9th spot, the center fielder, Anthony Stewart. And pitching tonight for the 57's, number 30, Garrett Hawkins. And for the home team, the Medicine Mavericks, in the leadoff spot, center fielder, number 2, David Salguero. And playing shortstop, batting second, number 5, Carson Johnson. Catching tonight, batting third, is number 25, Colton Wright. In the 4th spot is number 31, the first baseman, Zach Gray. And in the 5 spot is the second baseman, number 1, Nolan Radai. Batting 6 is Louis Canjura, plays third base tonight. In the 7th spot is the designated hitter tonight for the Mavericks, number 20, Sal Rodriguez. And in the 8 and 9 spots are the corner outfielders, Michael Kahn playing right field and Jordan Dre playing left tonight. And pitching on the mound for the Mavericks is number 26, Matt Brooks. Matt Brooks makes his 4th appearance of the season for the Mavericks. He's appeared in 3 games, making 2 starts. He's pitched 14 innings, giving up 13 hits and 4 earned runs. He's walked 1 batter and struck out 16 in those 14 innings. He has a 1-0 record and a 2 ERA. And for Garrett Hawkins, he makes his 5th appearance for the 57's. He has 3 starts in 4 games. He's pitched 17 and a third innings, only giving up 9 hits, 5 earned runs. He's walked 7 batters with 22 strikeouts in 17 innings. He has a 1-0 record with a 2.01 ERA. Starting lineup being announced now with National Anthem right after and first pitch coming up right away.
Center field batting first, number 2, David Salguero. Batting second, the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson. Behind the plate tonight, catching number 25, Colton Wright. In the cleanup spot, playing first base, number 31, Zach Gray. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 4, Louis Candera. DHing today, batting seventh, number 20, Sal Rodriguez. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 16, Michael Kahn. And running on the batting order for the Mavericks, the left fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre. This afternoon's starting pitcher for the Mavericks, number 26, Matt Brooks. Fans, if you can please stand, remove your hats, and join Brooklyn Martin in the singing of O Canada. Thank you, Brooklyn. Fans, I direct your attention to the pitcher's mound for our opening pitch. And well, let's welcome Easton Smith on behalf of today's game day sponsor, Reliance Insurance, to throw out the first pitch.
Hey fans, thanks for joining us on this Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. local time. Hope you're having a great Sunday, usually a day off for all of you. Today we have the MHMavericks against the Swift Current 57's. It's the second meeting of the season between these two teams. Mavericks took the first game 4-3 in the 11th inning.
Today's conditions.
Mavericks come into this game 23-4. Swift Current is 14-16.
Afternoon game, say that fast 5 times, I dare.
Matt Brooks gets the start for the Mavericks tonight. Defense behind him. Colton Wright is catching behind home plate. Louis Candera on third. Carson Johnson at shortstop. Nolan Ratai on second. And Zach Gray out there on first base. It's a pretty usual infield for the Mavericks. Jordan Dre gets the start in left field tonight. Salguero takes his regular spot in center field. And Michael Kahn gets the start tonight. Today, this afternoon, in right field. Top of the order for the 57's, the shortstop, Ethan Hunter, right fielder, Nick Knaz, and the first baseman, Bo McClintock, will be batting third. Ethan Hunter's hitting .275 on the season with 28 hits and 23 runs in 25 games. Nick Knaz, he's only appearing in his third game of the season so far in 6 at-bats. He has no hits, So he has a batting average of 0, but he does have 1 RBI on the season. He has 1 walk. We can assume his RBI came from a bases loaded walk. Bo McClintock, the first baseman, rounds out the top of the order for the 57s. He's the power hitter in the lineup. 38 hits on the season with 24 runs, 12 home runs, and 32 RBI. He's near the top of the league in most of those categories.
For the Swift Current 57s, the shortstop number 8, Ethan Hunter.
Ethan Hunter steps up to the plate, and we're ready to go here at Athletic Park. 24 degrees for first pitch. And the first pitch is bunted straight towards Matt Brooks. And Brooks is going to get the out. 1-3. And Ethan Hunter is gone. 1 up, 1 down for the 57s. Only took 1 pitch. Brooks off to a good start this game.
The right fielder, number 39, Nick Canis.
Nick Canis steps up to the plate for the first time and the 7th time of the season. Looking for his first hit of the year. Count at the plate is 1-1. First pitch a strike, and the second one is just outside. Another pitch outside from Matt Brooks. Count at the plate is 2-1. Nick Canas gets ahead here. And the 4th pitch will even things up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 is the count. Matt Brooks looking for the first strikeout of the game. And he won't get it on the 5th pitch. That one just low. It's going to fill the count. It's 3-2. Nick Canas has been walked once already this year in his 2 games. And he'll strike out here. Matt Brooks does get the first strikeout of the game. Nick Canas goes down swinging. 2 outs now early on in the first inning. Brooks dealing here early, retiring the first 2 batters he's faced. Now Bo McClintock steps up to the plate, and he'll swing through a hard fastball on the first pitch from Matt Brooks. Brooks with the fastball up high that time. McClintock couldn't find it. Gets down in the count, 0-1. And Brooks gets ahead 0-2 here. It's a called strike on the outside corner. Brooks finding a spot there on the fastball. Keeps it away from Bo McClintock. And it's an 0-2 count. Brooks misses on the 3rd pitch. Makes the count 1-2. That one just up high. Brooks still looking to sit him down 1-2-3 here in the first inning. And he'll do so as a slider catches the outside corner. 2 strikeouts for Matt Brooks in the first inning. McClintock goes down looking. And the Mavericks cruise through the top of the first.
Fusion cheerleader squad coming out here. Show how it's done.
Garrett Hawkins getting a start tonight for the 57s. He's had a good year on the mound. 17 and 30 innings pitched in 3 starts and 4 appearances, only giving him 9 hits and 5 runs. He struck out 22 batters, 1-0 record with a 2.01 ERA. Impressive stuff from number 30 for the 57s. The defense behind Hawkins today for the 57s. Behind home plate, catching today is Ben Komanowski. At third base is Mitch Dean, number 4. Shortstop is number 8, Ethan Hunter. Number 6, Jared Doki, is playing second base for the 57's today. And number 11, Bo McClintock, is on first. Out in left field, number 24, Blake Adams. Number 21, Anthony Stewart, is playing center. And out in right field is number 39, Nick Canos. Top of the order for the Mavericks, same as per usual. Salguero, Johnson, and Wright. 1, 2, 3 hitters for Medicine Hat.
Hey, let's hear it for the Ultimate Cheer Fusion.
Johnson leads the team with 39 hits, and he's followed by Salguero and Wright with 33, and Salguero with 33 hits as well. Louis Canjura is next on the board with 32 hits. The only 4 batters of the Mavericks who have over 30 hits.
The center fielder, number 2, David Salguero.
Top of the order can get on base. All 3 of them with 33 hits already on the season. Carson Johnson with 39. He'll be looking to break 40 here tonight. Salguero steps up to the plate and swings through the first offering from Garrett Hawkins. It's 0-1. 0-2 count to Salguero. He fouls off the second pitch. And Salguero's going to get a leadoff base hit.
Leadoff hit for Salguero.
Hits this one into center field. Nice at bat from the leadoff center fielder for the Mavericks. And the Mavericks now have 1 aboard with nobody out. Carson Johnson steps up to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. First pitch he sees from Hawkins is outside. Makes the count 1-0. 1-1 as the second pitch is in there. That one catches the bottom half of the strike zone. Good pitch from Hawkins. Called strike. Salguero's checked on first, but he's in there safely. No problems for the center fielder. And Salguero takes off for second. He's going to be in there with 16th stolen base of the season. Another stolen base for Salguero. Gets himself in scoring position. He's now tied for first in the league in that category with 16. Tied with Corey Wheaton from Weyburn. And Johnson's going to hit this one towards third base. Mitch Dean makes the grab. Ball never touched the ground, so it doesn't have to make the throw. It's 5 unassisted. Nice snag from Mitch Dean on third base. Gets the first out of the inning.
Number 25, Colton Wright.
One on and 1 out for the Mavericks. Salguero on second base and Colton Wright stepping up to the plate. Colton Wright with 33 hits and 5 home runs on the season. And he's going to flare this one into right field foul territory. Bo McClintock gets under it. And on one pitch, Garrett Hawkins gets Colton Wright out. Quick 2 outs from the Mavericks. Still 1 aboard. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Number 31, Zach Gray.
Zach Gray, the first baseman, steps up to the plate. Hit a 2-run home run last night. One that bounced off of the top of the wall and out. With a runner on, we'll see if he can do it again here in the first inning. First pitch from Hawkins, a curveball that stays outside. Can't find a strike zone. Not enough break, and it's 1-0. One hit so far in the inning for the Mavericks. And it's a 2-0 count at the plate for Zach Gray. Gray hitting .337 on the year, 3 home runs. Check swing, but it's in there anyways. Over top of the plate in the strike zone, it's 2-1. Slider from Hawkins, can't find a strike zone. That one left up high. Can't keep it down, and it's 3-1. Gray looking to be the second base runner of the inning for the Mavericks. As Hawkins fills the count. Good pitch on the outer half. That one paints the line, and it finds the strike zone, 3-2. Full count to Gray at the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And it's a foul ball from Zach Gray. Score is still 0-0 here in the bottom of the first. Swift Curran got no hits in the top. And Mavericks so far with 1 here in the bottom. Gray with another foul ball. 2 straight over the top of the stands down to third base line. Still a full count at the plate as we get ready for the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And Gray will draw an 8-pitch walk. 2 base runners aboard for the Mavericks. Two out, 2 on for the Mavericks here in the first inning. For Nolan Radeye at the plate. Radeye doubled in last night's game versus Edmonton. He's hitting .306 on the season. Radeye with 27 hits in 25 games. And he's going to ground this one softly towards Bo McClintock on first. He'll make the grab and step on first base. And that gets the 3rd out of the first inning. 1 complete. No runs have come around for either team. Only 1 hit in the first inning. That coming from David Salguero. A leadoff single. Expecting a good pitcher's duel here this afternoon between Matt Brooks and Garrett Hawkins, both with good starts to the season.
Brought to you by Reliance Insurance. We're your insurance company. The batter comes up, someone to kill the volume there. CD, the one that says CD.
Matt Brooks retired on 1-2-3 in the first inning. Ethan Hunter, Nick Canas, and Bo McClintock getting 2 strikeouts, striking out Nick Canas and McClintock. So we'll face 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the second. Blake Adams, Miles Miller, and Ben Karmanovsky, the left fielder, designated hitter and catcher. Mavericks lost last night only for the 4th time this season, ending a 13-game win streak. They'll be looking to start a new one here today against the 57's on a sunny Sunday afternoon.
What's up? 24.
Blake Adams steps up to the plate. Number 4 hitter is hitting .254 on the season. And he'll foul off the first pitch he sees into the netting. Blake Adams with 13 hits, 3 of them doubles and 1 home run on the season. Adams, a power-hitting outfielder. At the plate currently looking at an 0-2 count. And he's going to foul off another one. Keeps the count at 0-2. Adams battling up there, fouls off another pitch, 0-2 count. And again, 3 foul balls now in this at-bat. Keeps the count 0-2. Leadoff batter for the 57's here in the second inning. And he's going to slap this one hard into center field. That one's going to drop and find some grass. Blake Adams with a leadoff base hit. Good at bat there from the 57's left fielder. Gets the first hit of the evening for the 57's. Stepping up to the plate now with 1 on and nobody out. The designated hitter, Miles Miller. Miller leads the team in batting average with .397. Blake Adams took off for second base. He was looking for to steal, but Miles Miller fouled the pitch off at the plate. So Adams has to go back to first. Wait for another opportunity, possibly. Adams leads his team in stolen bases with 7 on the year. Miller hitting .397. He has 25 hits, 14 runs. 2 home runs and 10 RBI. It's a 0-1 count at the plate after the foul ball on the first pitch. Brooks checks Blake Adams on first base, and the ball gets away from Zach Gray. Luckily, it didn't get far enough. Adams stays on first base, and we wait for the second pitch of the at-bat. Here's the second pitch to Miller, and it's going to be in there on the outer half. 0-2 count on the called strike. Brooks finds a spot there. Keeping it away from Miller. And Miller fouls off the third pitch. Working the count now, just like Blake Adams did the at-bat before. And it's a second straight foul ball from Miles Miller, the third of the at-bat. Replicating what Blake Adams did. Now we'll see if he can get aboard. Fifth pitch from Brooks comes in. And Miller's going to lift this one high in the left field. Jordan Dre dove after, but couldn't come up with it. Salguero bobbles it. And they're going to bring a runner around. And it's 1-0 for the 57's on the RBI double from Miles Miller.
They've had lots of foul balls leaving the playing field. Be alert, pay attention. If you get a foul ball, you can keep it or take it into the Mavericks office.
Unfortunate fielding from the Mavericks there. Jordan Dre dove after the ball but couldn't keep up with it. Salguero bobbled it, and that allowed the base runner to come around and score. taking an early lead for the 57's. It's 1-0.
Beer for the next 10 minutes. Budget blinds, beer bottles. Solid service for every budget.
1 run's come around to score here in the second. Nobody out, and a runner up on second base. Miles Miller out there after the double. Ben Komanovsky at the plate for the 57's. Has a runner in scoring position, so he'll be looking to extend this 1-0 lead to 2 or more here this at bat. First pitch from Brooks is outside. It's a 1-0 count. Komanovsky lifts this one high in the air over by first base. Zach Gray after it. And it's high enough for Zach Gray to get under it and gets the first out of the second inning.
One gone for the 57's. Brings to the plate the third baseman, number 4, Mitch Dean.
1 out now and 1 still on. Runner stayed on second base. As Mitch Dean, the third baseman, steps up to the plate for the first time in the game. Number 7 hitter for the 57's is hitting 173 on the year.
Second inning brought to you by Crystal Nets Insurance Agency.
First pitch from Brooks is up high. Can find a strike zone, and it's a 1-0 count. Similar pitch on the second pitch from Matt Brooks. Up high on the fastball. Can't find a strike zone again. Dean gets ahead in the count. 2-0. Matt Brooks has got 1 out so far here in the second. Miles Miller is on second base for the 57's. And Mitch Dean has watched the first 3 pitches of the at-bat all go up high of the strike zone, so it's a 3-0 count. Dean looking to draw the first walk from the 57's this game. 3-0 at the plate. And Dean's going to be walked in 4 pitches. 2 base runners now on for the 57's.
The second baseman, number 6, Jared Doki.
Stepping up to the plate with 2 runners on and 1 out. Miles Miller on second base and Mitch Dean on first. It's the second baseman, Jared Doki. Doki hitting .222 on the year. And he'll foul off the first pitch towards the batting cages, right field foul territory. Doki gets behind 0-1. Doki with 22 hits on the year in 27 games. He's going to ground this one towards first baseman Zach Gray. He can't make the play on it.
1 run came in.
And 1 run comes in on the double from Jared Doki. That one a ground ball that just got over first base and underneath the glove of Zach Gray. Doki ends up on second with the double. That's 3 hits now in the inning for the 57's, and 2 runs have come around to score. Now batting with runners on third and second. It's a number 9 hitter, Anthony Stewart. Anthony Stewart steps up to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. 2-0 lead for the 57's. With 2 runners in scoring position, he'll be looking to add to it. 0-2 count at the plate. Good pitch from Matt Brooks there. He finds the inside bottom corner.
That's E3. That's E3. It's gotta be. We don't want to lose our pitcher on bad defense. We always want to protect the pitcher.
Third pitch. Outside. Can't find a strike zone. 1-2 count at the plate. And Stewart's going to be hit on the knee. Matt Brooks lets that pitch get away from him.
Top of the order now for the 57's. The shortstop.
And the bases are now loaded in the top of the second.
That's okay. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We need to have that. We need to
Work
have
through it. Work through it.
Yeah. We need to have some adversity.
Can you change that on the board now too? Beautiful.
Did you make that correction?
Quick mound meeting at the plate. On the pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Bases are loaded.
Well, I think he had time to get it.
He could have went.
He could have squared up on. He could have squared up. And not get it on that.
Pick the bounce.
Yeah. That base kind of throws people off too, right? You think, oh, it's gonna hit the base, it's gonna hit the base, it's gonna hit the base, it's gonna hit the base.
Feet should always be moving. You should be kind of going in for it or coming back. But we saw that I think second one. Him and Sal.
But that was your spot, wasn't it?
I took pride in it. Because you can change a game. Look at those balls. They changed the ball last night.
For sure.
Picking, yeah, should have picked. And Sal should have picked that one. So it's just,
Well, yeah,
it's not easy.
No.
You just gotta stay down, stay low. You can't flinch. But they're young guys.
Still honing their craft, right?
Well, and you'll see that in the big league game tonight, probably, right? Some guy misplay ball. That's the beauty of the game. You can't be perfect.
No.
They don't have error.
Ethan Hunter at the plate now.
Heads up, fans.
1-1 count.
Have error columns in the big leagues. Well,
2-0 for the Swift Current 57's going into the bottom of the second. Radai with a diving grab to end the inning. Great grab from him.
Fans, don't forget to pick up your 50/50 tickets. Brought to you by AC Elder and Associates of RBC Dominion Securities. 50/50 tickets on sale now.
6, 7, 8 hitters for the Mavericks. Stepping up to the plate in the bottom of the seventh.
The 6, 7, 8 hitters. The third baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Mavericks had one hit in the first inning. Couldn't get any runners around. They'll see if they can do anything different here in the second. With Canjura, Rodriguez, and Michael Kahn batting. First pitch is inside from Hawkins. It's a 1-0 count. Garth, you have the error up on the board for the Mavericks? Oh, I can't see it.
Without a glove.
1-1 count as Canjura fouls one off. And third pitch for Hawkins finds the bottom half of the strike zone. Called strike from Hawkins. It's now 1-2. Louis Canjura gets behind in the count. And Canjura is going to strike out swinging. Hawkins gets his first strikeout of the evening.
The designated hitter, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Stepping up to the plate with one gone and nobody on. The designated hitter for tonight, Sal Rodriguez. Rodriguez has increased his batting average to .310 on the season. Called strike at the plate. It's a 1-1 count on the second pitch. Rodriguez was 23 hits in 20 games. 2 home runs, 19 RBI.
Hands up. Come back.
And it's a 1-2 count at the plate as Rodriguez fouls one off. Fourth pitch is too high and Rodriguez checks his swing. And it's a line drive from Sal Rodriguez. This one's deep in the left field. Rodriguez is going to hang out on first. It's a leadoff single. Rodriguez now with 24 hits on the season. He's been hot the last couple of weeks. Just keeps getting more and more hits for the Mavericks. One out, one on for the Mavericks. 57's currently lead 2-0. Mavericks trying to come back here. Get a few runs right after the 57's did and eliminate them. Two balls, 0 strikes at the plate for Michael Kahn. The number 8 hitter is hitting .283 on the season. 2 home runs for him. And it's a called strike from the ump on the outside corner. Good pitch from Hawkins to get himself back into the count. It's 2-1. And Kahn's going to dribble this one towards Bull McClintock. He's going to throw to second, but the throw is going to be offline. Sal Rodriguez is coming around to third and running to be on the corners after the E3.
First run of the game coming up, maybe there, Kenny. The left fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Runners on the corners for Jordan Dre, the number 9 hitter. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. One-two count at the plate, and Dre's gonna hit this one high in foul territory. That one, if fair, could have been gone. Still a 1-2 count at the plate for Jordan Dre. And Dre is going to go down after the strikeout from Garrett Hawkins.
2 gone from the center fielder, number 2, David Salguero.
And there's now 2 outs with 2 on for the leadoff hitter, David Salguero. Salguero's 1 for 1 on the day. He singled in the first. He has Sal Rodriguez on third base and Michael Kahn on first. See if he can bring anybody around here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second with 2 outs. 57's lead after 2 runs in the top of the second. One and one's the count as the second pitch from Hawkins gets over the plate in the strike zone. Salguero checks the swing, but it doesn't matter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third pitch is up high that time. Salguero watches it go by. It's 2-1. Salguero's going to bloop this one into left field. That's going to find some grass. 1 run is going to come around to score. An RBI single for David Salguero.
For Salguero, you know what that means, folks? We got those 2020 vision softballs being tossed right now.
2-1 game now. 57 still lead.
Make some noise for the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Salguero is 2 for 2 on a day now. 2 singles and an RBI. Mavericks still have 2 runners on. Michael Kahn on second and Salguero on first now with Carson Johnson at the plate. And Johnson's going to hit this one hard in the center. Anthony Stewart is going to make the catch on the run and end the second inning. Good grab from him.
They get 1 more here. In the bottom of the second, they still trail 57's 2-1.
That hit from Johnson looked like he was almost going to find a gap out there in right center. Anthony Stewart, speedy center fielder, charged after it and made the grab to end the second. It's 2-1 now for the 57's through 2 complete. Mavericks with 3 hits on the day now. Salguero 2 for 2 and Sal Rodriguez is 1 for 1.
And let's thank Medicine Hat Brew Company for their sponsoring of the dugout deck as well. Thanks very much for coming to the ball game and enjoying the patios.
Brooks comes out for the 3rd inning here. Through 2, he's getting up 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. He struck out 3 57's batters. Top of the order, Ethan Hunter, Nick Knaus, and Bo McClintock all going down via the strikeout once this game. Here in the 3rd inning, it's going to be the 3, 4, 5 hitters that Brooks has to get through. Bo McClintock, Blake Adams, and Miles Miller. Adams and Miller with the 2 hits for the 57 so far this game. Miller with an RBI. Bo McClintock steps up to the plate now for a second time in the game. He's over 1, struck out looking in the first inning.
4 or 5 hitters due up for the 57's. Starting it off, the first baseman, number 11, Bo McClintock.
McClintock quickly ties his shoe at the plate before we get ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. Looks like he's ready and waiting now. Gets ready for the first pitch of the third inning. The leadoff hitter, Bo McClintock. And McClintock's going to swing on the first one. This one's going to be fouled off into the stands. Just behind home plate, it's 0-1. McClintock swings right through the second Brooks offering. Can't keep up with the pitch that ended up down low in the bottom half of the strike zone. 0-2 here to McClintock. He's already struck out once. And he's going to go down swinging. A second strikeout of the day for McClintock. The fourth of the day for Matt Brooks.
Brooks with a fourth strikeout. One gone for the 57's. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 24, Blake Adams.
1 out here in the third inning. 1 up, 1 down as Blake Adams steps up to the plate. Adam is 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the second inning. And he's going to bloop this one high in the air. In the infield, Zach Gray calls for it. The first baseman makes the grab. And that's 2 outs here in the top of the third from the 57's.
2 gone for Swift Current. The designated hitter, number 22, Miles Miller.
Miles had an RBI double in the second inning. He also scored. So he's 1 for 1, the designated hitter. Came into the game leading his team in average with 396. He's 1 for 1 on a day, so he's improved that now. 2 outs here in the third, nobody on. And it's an 0-1 count at the plate to Miller. Oh, and 2, Brooks finds the outside corner. Brooks trying to keep the ball away from Miller, not making it easy for him to get on board again. 0-2 count. And the third pitch is just outside. Can't find his spot on the third pitch. It's 1-2. And Miller's going to hit this one over top of Louis Cantura's head on third base. Finds some grass in left field. He's on with a single.
2-0 single there for Miller. Brings to the plate our Bucket Lines beer batter, the catcher, number 41, Ben Komanowski. He strikes out.
Miller is now 2 for 2 on a day. Good day at the plate for the designated hitter from the 57's. Stepping up to the plate, 0 for 1 on a day, Ben Komanowski. Flew out to Zach Gray in the second inning. Comes up here in the third with 2 gone and 1 on. Miles Miller on first base. First pitch from Brooks is in the dirt. Colton Wright has to block it and keep it in front of him to keep Miles Miller on first base. He does just that, and Miller is going to have to stay there. Get ready for the second pitch at the plate. And Komanowski swings right through it. Fastball right down the middle. 2-1 count as Brooks throws another one in the dirt. Colton Wright keeps it in front of him. Good defense from the catcher behind the plate from the Mavericks. The count now to Kamenowski is 2-1. And Kamenowski's going to flare this one high. Colton Wright gets after it at the dirt, but can't keep up with it. It drops. Foul ball from Kamenowski. Gray and Wright were both looking to make the play on the ball, but sun got in their eyes. Couldn't find where it was dropping. And it's now a 2-2 count at the plate. Brooks looking for his 5th strikeout. And he's going to get it. Kamenowski goes down looking. Brooks with a good hard fastball on the outer half. Kamenowski watched it go by, and that'll end the top of the 3rd.
The Ultimate Cheer Fusion team back on the field to do another little cheering for us.
Garrett Hawkins comes out for the bottom of the 3rd. Gave up 1 run to the Mavericks in the 2nd inning. Has a 2-run lead right now in the bottom of the 3rd. Through 2, he's given up 1 run on 3 hits and a walk. He struck out 2 Mavericks batters, that being Louis Canjura and Jordan Dre. Be the 3, 4, 5 hitters here in the 3rd inning from the Mavericks that Hawkins has to go through. Colton Wright, Zach Gray, and Nolan Radeye. Gray walked his first at bat, but Colton Wright and Nolan Radeye are both 0 for 1 so far this game.
Hey, let's hear it for the Ultimate Cheer Fusion.
Madison Mavericks only down 2-1 going into the 3rd. It's a close one here at Athletic Park. Expecting a tight pitchers duel between Garrett Hawkins and Matt Brooks, both with excellent starts to the season so far.
Middle of the 3rd inning brought to you by Prairie Sprinter, the official shuttle of the Mavericks. And be sure to send in all your fan photos to the Medicine News, sports@medicinenews.com. It's the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Mavericks. Starting off, the catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
Here we go in the bottom of the 3rd. Colton Wright steps up to the plate for the 2nd time in the game, looking to get on for the 1st time. He popped up into foul territory as he was first pitch swinging in the 1st inning. Bo McClintock made the play on first base. First pitch in this at bat to the leadoff hitter in the 3rd is in there. Called strike. It's 0-1. Wright fouls this one off. A good contact, hard hit. Just behind the batting cage's right field foul territory. Gets down in the count, 0-2. Zach Gray and Nolan Radeye also coming up to bat here in the 3rd. And Wright's going to ground this one towards the shortstop, Ethan Hunter. And Hunter's going to make the play, throws him out at first. It's 6-3 for the first out of the 3rd inning. Colton Wright goes down 0 for 2 now.
The first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Gray steps up to the plate, looking to get on for the 2nd time this game. He walked in the 1st inning. He walked and was the second runner aboard for the Mavericks in the first. He was left on base, couldn't come around to score. First pitch to Gray's outside. 1-0 count. And Gray's going to foul this one off behind home plate. That one goes all the way above the stands. Evens up the count, 1-1.
Busy bat and 2 outs, correct?
Curveball from Hawkins. Can't find a strike zone. It breaks a little too much. Inside, it's 2-1. Count to the plate now 3-1. Zach Gray with a good eye, leaving 3 of the 4 pitches. And Zach Gray will walk for the second time this game. Gets aboard for a second straight at bat.
The second baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai.
Garrett Hawkins doesn't want much to do with Zach Gray this game, so he's keeping the ball away from him and outside of the strike zone. Led to 2 straight walks. And there's now a runner aboard for the Mavericks with 1 out here in the 3rd inning. Batting now for the second time is Nolan Ratai. He grounded softly towards Bo McClintock on first base in the 1st inning. Looks for his first hit of the night and wants to get on for the first time. It's a 1-0 count after the first pitch. Garrett Hawkins throws in a slow off-speed pitch. Changeup from Hawkins is fouled off from Nolan Ratai. One count. And it's another foul ball from Ratai. That one over top of the batting cages. One and 2 to Ratai, 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 3rd. Mavericks losing 2-1 to the Swift Current 57's. So Zach Gray is going to take off for second, and he's going to be in there on the balk. Called a balk on the mound. So Zach Gray advances to second. And there's a runner in scoring position for the Mavericks. One runner in scoring position for the Minnesota Mavericks. Only 1 out here in the 3rd. Ratai hits this one hard into left center. Zach Gray is going to stay on 3rd. Nolan Ratai has a single, and there's runners on the corners.
Runners on the corners for the Mavericks. 3rd baseman, number 4, Louis Gandera.
Runners, Mavericks making some noise here in the 3rd. 2 runners on as Louis Canjera steps up to the plate for the second time in the game. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Canjera leads the team in RBI with 26. We'll see if he can add on to that here. Zach Gray on 3rd and Nolan Ratai on 1st for the Mavericks, only 1 out. One and one's the count at the plate. Louis Canjera showing bunt so far through 2 pitches. Trying to get that runner home from 3rd on the squeeze bunt. Hawkins throws one in up high. Can't find a strike zone. Louis watches that one go right by. It's 2 and 1. Radai goes off for second, and he's in there safely. Stolen base for Nolan Radai. The throw was on time, but off the line from Kamenowski. Nolan Radai with a good duck and dive to get in there safely, and there's now 2 runners in scoring position for the Mavericks. 2-2s, they count at the plate. Swinging strike at the plate from Kanjura, and it's a foul ball for the 5th pitch.
Again, 50-50 tickets on sale. Get them now. Draw in the 7th inning.
2-2 is the count to Kanjura. 1 out here in the 3rd. 2 runners in scoring position for the Mavericks. 57's currently lead by 1, 2-1. Another foul ball, a hard hit from Kanjura. He screamed that one right over top of head coach Andrew Murphy's head. 6 pitches now in the at-bat. It's still a 2-2 count. Sal Rodriguez on deck for the Mavericks. And Kanjura ripped one just barely foul down the first base line. That foul ball from Kanjura almost bounced over top of the bag, just missed. Keeps the count at 2-2. Fans started cheering as they thought that one was going to be fair. Not so that time, and he gets another opportunity to hit one fair. Still a 2-2 count. Kanjura battling at the plate. And he's going to hit this one softly towards second base. Shortstop, Ethan Hunter can't make the play, and it's an E6. A runner comes around to score. Kanjura is on first.
5-ball game.
Zach Gray scored from 3rd. Nolan Radai advanced to 3rd on the E6. And Kanjura is safe on first. Tie ball game, 2-2. Mavericks not waiting too long to tie this one up. Now 2 errors from the Swift Current defense this game already. That grounder from Kanjura took a funny hop before hitting Ethan Hunter right in the chest.
Sal Rodriguez!
That was just enough time for everybody to advance their base safely. One out and 2 on for Sal Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 1 for 1. He singled and scored in the 2nd. Looks to add a little bit more offense to this game for the Mavericks here in the 3rd. Fouls this one up high behind home plate. First baseman and catcher will be after it. Ben Kamenowski makes the grab. That's 2 outs now. Kamenowski with a good play behind home plate to make the grab on Rodriguez. 2 outs now with 2 on.
Make some noise for the right fielder, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Michael Kahn steps up to the plate for the 2nd time. Kahn's 0 for 1 on the day. He reached via an error from Bo McClintock.
I told Garth that you got a slivering drunk. Passed out.
Strike called. Garth, is it really 2-2?
Oh, no.
Another called strike at the plate. That makes the count 1-2 to Michael Kahn. And Kahn is going to hit a base hit between the second baseman and first base, Paul McClintock. Run comes around to score, and RBI single to take the lead.
Mavericks take the lead here with that run scored. Brings to the plate, the left fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Michael Kahn now 1 for 2 on a day with an RBI. (3-2) Mavericks lead here in the bottom of the third. Mavericks scoring 2 in the third here to take the lead. And Jordan Dre steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Kanjura currently on second base and Michael Kahn on first. Dre watches the second pitch goes by. It's an 0-2 count. Dre's already struck out once this game. Hawkins looking to sit him down for a second time, and he does so. Dre goes down looking this time here in the third. Hawkins now with 3 strikeouts through 3 innings. He's given up 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 walks.
Monday to Thursday, featuring dine-in, takeout, and delivery menus. Visit them online, MadhatLodge.com.
We're into the top of the fourth. Mavericks lead 3-2.
Ice and water app in your program. And if you have the signature of Barry King, number 7, you've just won a $10 gift certificate from RJ's Ice and Water. Go see Lindsay in the ticket office to claim that prize.
Mavericks lead 3-2 going into the 4th inning. Mavericks with 5 hits so far. 57's with 3 hits. 57's have committed 2 errors in the outfield. And Mavericks have only committed 1. Matt Brooks comes out to pitch for the 4th inning. Through 3, he's given up 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. He struck out 5 57's batters. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. From the 57's here in the 4th inning, Mitch Dean, Jared Doki, and Anthony Stewart.
Hey, congratulations on our Dizzy Bat winners there. That's that news, Dizzy Bat. Good job, girls.
Mitch Dean walked into second base and was left on base.
No, the Dizzy Bat. I forgot to turn on the mic. Who's the map? 4. This is 7, 8, 9 hitters you up here for the 57's. The second baseman, sorry, the third baseman number 4, Mitch Dean. No, Mr. Lanningan had a brain fart up here in the press box.
Dean steps up to the plate now, 2nd time batting. He walked in the 2nd inning. He'll look to get on for the 2nd straight at bat.
You don't have to call me Mr. Lanningan. This is okay. Heads up, foul ball coming your way.
Counts now 1-1 after the foul ball from Mitch Dean.
Middle of the 4th, correct? 10-4. What are we going to do there?
Third pitch from Brooks is inside. Can't find the strike zone. It's 2-1. Dean with a good eye to watch that one go by. And it's strike 2 at the plate as Dean swings right through it.
YMCA dance for the pizza.
2-2 at the plate. Leadoff hitters for the 57. Leadoff hitter for the 57's here in the 4th. Here in the 4th is the 7, 8, 9 hitters from the Swift Current. And Dean's going to strike out looking. 6th strikeout of the day for Matt Brooks. That pitch on the inside corner just found his spot. That one just inside. Good pitch from number 26, the starting pitcher from the Mavericks.
I'm so sorry for not turning on your mic.
First batter goes down looking from the 57's here in the 4th. And there's one gone with nobody on. Jared Doki now in the plate. He reached from an error from Zach Gray. In the 2nd inning, he got around to second base and got an RBI. He's 0-2 in this count. And he's going to dribble this one down the first base line to Zach Gray. Zach Gray grabs it and makes a tag on Doki. He doesn't miss the ball that time. Made sure to make the grab and the tag.
Bottom of the order now, the center fielder, number 21, Anthony Stewart.
And there's 2 up, 2 down for the 57's here in the 4th inning. Anthony Stewart, the number 9 hitter, now batting for the 57's. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Got him right on the knee. Comes up with 2 outs, nobody on. And there's 2 balls, no strikes at the plate. Brooks yet to find the strike zone. Anthony Stewart watching the first 2 go by. And Stewart takes a hard cut at the 3rd pitch. A fastball up high from Brooks. Can't keep up with it, and it's 2-1. Brooks trying to sit him down. 1-2-3 here in the 4th. And it's a called strike, the 2nd strike at the at-bat. Two and 2 at the plate. And they're going to call the 5th pitch a ball just inside off the plate. And Anthony Stewart checked his swing on it. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the 3rd batter of the inning from the 57's. And Stewart's going to pop this one up high into foul territory just behind home plate. That one into the stands. Keeps the count at 3-2. These pop flies behind home plate are hard to find. Colton Wright looked as confused as ever with the sun. Still 3-2 to Anthony Stewart. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And Stewart is going to walk. There's now a base runner on board for the 57's.
Top of the order now for the 57's, the shortstop, number 8, Ethan Hunter.
2nd walk of the night for 57's batter. And there's 1 aboard with 2 outs here in the 4th. 57's currently down by 1 run. It's a 3-2 score. Mavericks lead. Ethan Hunter batting for the 3rd time here in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 2. He bunted on the first pitch of the game that went right to Matt Brooks, and he flipped it over to first base, Zach Gray. And in the 2nd inning, Ethan Hunter went down swinging. First pitch, he fouls off. It's 0-1. And Ethan Hunter's going to ground this one towards Carson Johnson. And they're going to get the force out at second. 6-4 ends the top of the 4th.
Lucas is down there with a slice of pizza. There's a couple more slices of pizza down there. It's TJ's Pizza Giveaway. You got to do a little dancing. You know what? Let's do a little YMCA for a Sunday. Everybody everybody knows the actions to this song. Shake your boogaloo, get loose, have fun. Work off that ice cream that you had. Here we go, young man. Let's go. Shake it.
Going into the bottom of the fourth now, Mavericks still lead 3-2. Garrett Hawkins comes out to pitch still here in the fourth inning. Through 3, he's getting up 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 walks. He's struck out 3 Mavericks batters, that being Louis Canjuro once and Jordan Dre twice. Here in the fourth inning, it's going to be the top of the order for the Mavericks: David Salguero, Carson Johnson, and Colton Wright. Salguero's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Carson Johnson and Colton Wright both 0 for 2. They've been sat down both times that they face Hawkins this game. Salguero has singled both times he's been at the plate in the first and second innings.
All right, put your hands together. Leading off for the Mavericks, the center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Salguero's been hot all weekend at the plate. Third straight multi-hit game for Salguero here at Athletic Park. And he's going to hit this one hard. And it's fair down the first base line. Salguero's going around second. It's going to be in there with a stand-up triple on the first pitch of the fourth inning. Salguero with a triple down the first base line. Good line drive. He's now 3 for 3, 2 singles and a triple for the leadoff hitter, David Salguero.
For the shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Stepping up to the plate now with a runner in good scoring position on third and nobody out. It's Carson Johnson. And Carson's going to ground this one towards second base. Jared Doki makes the play, but it's an RBI for Carson Johnson as Salguero comes around to score.
The catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
4-2 is the score now. Mavericks lead. Carson Johnson gets the RBI on the 4-3 out. Salguero comes around to score from third after the triple. Medicine Hat has now scored in 3 straight innings, 1 run in the second, 2 in the third, and now already a run here in the fourth. Now batting for the third time this game, it's Colton Wright. Catching tonight, he's 0 for 2 on the day. One and one count at the plate as Colton Wright watches the second pitch go by for a ball outside. And he's going to hit this one hard towards Ethan Hunter on shortstop. And Hunter's going to make the play this time, doesn't bobble it. Good defensive play from the 57 shortstop. That one was a hard ground ball from Colton Wright. Difficult play on the run to his left. He'll get Colton Wright out here in the fourth, and he's 0 for 3 now. Zach Gray batting for the third time. He's walked twice, and he lifts this one high and deep to center. It's going to be at the wall, and Zach Gray is going to be on with a stand-up double. First pitch swinging was Gray, and he hit it off the wall. He's now 1 for 1. He has a double and 2 walks. He's already scored once. We'll see if he can do it so again here in the fourth inning.
Number 1, Nolan Ratai.
One runner on base for the Mavericks, a runner in scoring position for Nolan Radai, who's 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the third. See if he can get his second hit of the ball game here and possibly drive Gray in from second. He's going to ground this one towards Ethan Hunter. He makes a snow cone grab and gets the out at first.
They have a 4-2 lead over the 57's after 4 complete.
Nice grab from Ethan Hunter there. He had to snow cone it. It almost got out of his glove.
Top of the 5th inning, brought to you by
Made the throw to first and ended the 4th inning. We're going into the top of the 5th now with the Mavericks leading 4-2.
all your real estate needs for over 18 years. Call or text her today, 403-952-5178. And hey parents, if your kids are 12 and under, make sure they're registered in the 2000 Mavericks Club.
Matt Brooks still pitching for the Mavs going into the top of the 5th.
Head on down to the office for your Sobeys gift certificate.
Through 4 innings, Brooks has only given up 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 6 batters through 4. See if he can add to that total here in the 5th. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters from the 57's. Nick Canas, who struck out once and is over 2. Bo McClintock, who struck out twice already, over 2. And Blake Adams, who is 1 for 2 on a day with no strikeouts.
What do we got here? 2-3-4 hitters. Due up for the 57's, it's the 2-3-4 hitters. Starting it off, the right fielder, number 39, Nick Canas.
Canas steps up to the plate, 0 for 2. And the first pitch from Brooks, he watches it go by, but it's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Brooks seems to be in control of his pitches here going into the 5th. And gets him swinging on the second pitch. Canas in an early 0-2 hole as the leadoff batter in the 5th inning. And he's going to strike out on 3 pitches. Called strike on the outside corner. Nice slider from Brooks that time. Gets Nick Canas looking. Brooks now with 7 strikeouts on the night. He's in control. Only giving up 2 runs in the 2nd inning to Swift Current tonight.
10-4. Hopefully I'll remember to turn on the mic.
Bo McClintock steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. The first baseman from the 57's has struck out twice tonight. Matt Brooks looking for his 8th K of the night. His last start at home on Canada Day got over 10 strikeouts. Brooks did, so he'll be looking for that for the 2nd straight start at home. McClintock grounds this one towards Carson Johnson at shortstop. A little too far on the run. And McClintock's going to be in there safely with a base hit.
The left fielder, number 24, Blake Adams.
Just a nicely placed ground ball from McClintock. Carson Johnson could not make the throw across his body. Now 1 runner on with 1 out for the 57's here in the 5th inning. McClintock with his first hit of the night. And Blake Adams hits this one hard and deep to left field. That one's going to be off the scoreboard. And we have a tie ball game here at Athletic Park. Blake Adams with a 2-run shot off Matt Brooks. That one was out of here just as fast as it got to home plate. Line drive from Blake Adams. He's 2 for 3 on the night now with 2 RBI after the 2-run shot. Score is 4-4 here in the 5th inning. Left fielder Adams gets his 2nd home run of the year. That one got out of here in a hurry. It's Miles Miller at the plate now. The designated hitter is 2 for 2 on a day with an RBI. Doubled and scored with an RBI in the second, and singled when was left on base in the third. Count at the plate is 1-1. And it's 2-1 now as Miller watches 2 straight balls go by. Swift Currents tied it up here in the 5th. It's 4-4. Strike 2 called. Brooks finds the inside bottom corner. And Miller's going to ground this one towards Zach Gray. Makes the grab and steps on first base. 2 outs now in the top of the 5th.
2 gone for the 57's. Brings to the plate our Bucket Lines beer batter, the catcher, number 41, Ben Komonowski. He strikes out this at bat. All rock beer over the next 10 minutes.
Ben Komonowski steps up to the plate for the 3rd time. Comes up to this at bat with 2 outs and nobody on. Komonowski is 0 for 2 so far this game. Still looking for his first hit of the ball game. First pitch from Brooks is down low. It's a 1-0 count. Slider from Brooks can't find the strike zone. Another one down low. It's 2-0. And Komonowski hits this one high and deep in the left. Jordan Dre tracking back on it at the warning track. And he's going to watch this one fly over the wall. It's another home run for the 57's. Solo shot from Komonowski makes it 5-4 for the 57's. Jordan Dre tracked all the way back to the warning track there to watch it go over the wall. A fly ball from Komonowski gets out of here. 2 home runs this inning makes it 5-4 for the 57's. It's a back and forth ball game between these 2 teams. Mitch Dean now at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He walked and was left on base in the 2nd, and he struck out looking in the 4th. Count at the plate to Dean is 2-0. Here in the 5th inning, we get some action in the Mavericks bullpen. Looks like Barry Kane is warming up the old arm. And it's a 3-0 count at the plate. Matt Brooks with 3 straight balls pitched. Brooks gets one in there. It's a called strike. Dean won't be walked in 4 pitches. 3-1 is the count. And Dean swings on one, fouls it off behind the first base line. Fills the count. It's 3-2. Matt Brooks looking to get out of this inning, only allowing 3 runs to come around and down 1. And Dean's going to hit this one high in center field. Salguero looks like he's called for it. He gets under it. And the 5th inning, top of the 5th is now over.
57's get 3 here in the top of the 5th. The lead 5-4. It looks like we got the Cotton.
Swift Current 57's get 3 more runs on 2 home runs. A 2-run shot from Blake Adams and a solo home run from Ben Komonowski makes it 5-4 for the 57's. 57's with 6 hits through 5. Mavericks with 7 hits through 4 innings so far. We're going into the bottom of the 5th. And there's a pitching change for the 57's. Garrett Hawkins pitched 4 innings, giving up 4 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks. He struck out 3 batters.
And it looks like the closest ball belongs to Patrick, but thanks so much for playing, you guys.
Now in the 5th inning, Isaiah Campa comes onto the mound for the 57's.
Bottom of the 5th inning, brought to you by Yeroshenko and Heininger Criminal Defense Lawyers. And Serenity Float Center, let them help you find relief from stress, pain, and anxiety. The healing benefits of rest and relaxation is undeniable. Floating in Epsom salts helps you do this. Serenity Float Center.
Isaiah Campa making his 2nd appearance of the season for the 57's. Through 1 relief appearance, he's pitched 3 1/3, giving up 2 hits. No runs, he only walked 1 batter. He struck out 1 as well, and has an ERA of 0. Mavericks get any runs off of him, they'll be the first runs off of Campa this season.
For the 57's, right-handed reliever number 7, Isaiah Campa.
Campa will have to go through the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Mavericks here in the 5th. Louis Canjura, who's 0 for 2 with an RBI. Sal Rodriguez, who's 1 for 2. And Michael Kahn, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI as well.
For the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the 3rd baseman number 4, Louis Canjura.
Canjura steps up to the plate over for 2. He'll be the first batter that Isaiah Campa will face off against. First pitch is off the plate from Campa. 1-0 count. And it's called a ball in the 2nd pitch. That one just inside off the plate. Almost a strike, that one just outside the line. Louis Canjura lays off it, and it's a good choice. It's a 2-0 count. Three 3-0 now to Canjura. 3 straight balls from Campa. And Canjura is going to be walked on 4th pitches. The leadoff batter here in the 5th gets aboard for the Mavericks.
Brings to the plate the designated hitter number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Canjura walks, gets aboard as a leadoff hitter in the 5th, and Rodriguez steps up to the plate. Sal's 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Popped up to Kamenowski behind the plate in the 3rd. First pitch finds the bottom half of the strike zone. That one pretty low. Called a strike, and it's 0-1. Rodriguez waits for the 2nd pitch. And he's going to hit this one in the gap between 1st and 2nd. 2nd single of the night for Rodriguez. And the 2 first batters get aboard for the Mavericks. Two for 3 now is Rodriguez. A well-placed hit from Sal on the single. 2 runners aboard for the Mavericks as Michael Kahn steps up to the plate. Kahn is 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 3rd. Mavericks down 1 run right now. 5-4 is the score. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch to Con is outside. 1-0 count. Con lays off another one. He's shown bunt the first 2 pitches, but backs out. First two pitches from Campa are outside, and it's a 2-0 count. Con gets into a good hitters count. There's 2 on, nobody out, and it's a 2 balls, 0 strikes at the plate. Jordan Dre on deck for the Mavericks. Dre 0 for 2. He struck out twice tonight. Con waits for the third pitch. And he shows bunt, but it's over the strike zone. He misses, so it's a 2-1 count now to Michael Con. Con's shown bunt 3 times now. It's a 2-1 count. And he's going to pop this one up. Third baseman Mitch Dean comes and makes the grab. It's the first out of the inning. Michael Con couldn't lay the bunt down. He popped it up towards Mitch Dean. Dean made the grab. Sal Rodriguez and Louis Canjura stay under base on second and first. Runners cannot advance on the bunt. And it's now 2 on with 1 out here in the 5th. Mavericks still losing 5-4 to the Swift Current 57's. Dre steps up to the plate 0 for 2. He struck out twice. First pitch from Isaiah Campa is inside on the slider. It's 1-0. One-0 count to Dre. Dre looking to get on for the first time tonight. And he's going to hit this one, a line drive down the middle. Throw comes in early from Anthony Stewart, and the bases are going to be loaded on the single from Jordan Dre. Ethan Hunter dived at it, but couldn't come up with the grab.
Up for the order for the Mavericks, the center fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Mavericks have the bases loaded now in the 5th inning. And Salguero steps up to the plate for the 4th time. He's 3 for 3. 2 singles and a triple on the night. 1 RBI and 1 run as well for Salguero already today. Mavericks are losing 5-4, and with the bases loaded, they'll want to get a few runs in here. Possibly tie this game up or take back that lead. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 count at the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. One count at the plate. Here's the second pitch. Off-speed pitch from Campa. Can't find the strike zone. He leaves it way outside. Counts 1-1. Salguero is going to be patient here at this at-bat. Wait for his pitch. As he watches the third one go by, the slider from Campa just catches the outside half. Count at the plate now is 1-2. Salguero has to be a little bit more aggressive with the strike zone. And he's going to strike out swinging. Campa fools him with the off-speed pitch. And there's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Make some noise for your shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Now batting with 2 outs and 3 on. Shortstop for the Mavericks, number 5, Carson Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 3 today. It'll be the good time to get his first hit of the night. First pitch from Campa, called strike. Oh, 1 count at the plate. Campa throws this one well high. Kalmanowski has to stand up and make the grab. 1-1 at the plate. Campa trying to end the 5th inning here, get the 57's into the 6th with the lead. Johnson at the plate trying to change that. Slider from Campa can't find a strike zone. He leaves it outside. It's 2-1. Louis Canjura on third, Sal Rodriguez on second, and Jordan Dre on first base for the Mavericks. Johnson looking to bring some runs in. Count at the plate is 3-1. Campa just barely missing that time. 4th pitch of the at-bat is just outside. Three and 1 count at the plate. Carson Johnson trying to get on base for the first time. Bring around a run. And Johnson's going to be walked in 5 pitches. Louis Canjura is going to come around to score. It's 5-5. Mavericks score for the 4th straight inning. 5-5 to score. Bases still loaded for the Mavericks, and Colton Wright stepping up to the plate. Colton Wright. 0 for 3 on the day, but you know he's got that power swing. 5 home runs on the year. None of them a grand slam. Can this be the first one, possibly? Chance for Mavericks to blow this one wide open. Carson Johnson on first base now. Jordan Dre on second, and Sal Rodriguez on third. Colton Wright will be looking to have the opportunity to give the Mavericks the lead here in the 5th. One 1-0 count. First pitch is in the dirt. And it's another called ball. That one from Isaiah Campa is up high. Colton Wright watches the first 2 pitches go by. It's a 2-0 count. 2 balls, 0 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Bases juiced, and it's a 5-5 score. And Wright hits this one into right field. It gets down, it finds some grass. 2 runs around, they're gonna send to third. Carson Johnson's coming in to score. It's a 3 RBI double for Colton Wright. 8-5 to score.
3 RBI double for Wright.
Colton Wright clears the bases with a double. Right now 1 for 4 with 3 RBI. It's 8-5 for the Mavericks. Mavericks have now scored 4 here in the 5th. Isaiah Campa gives up 4 runs here in the 5th.
The first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Stepping up to the plate now with 2 gone and 1 on. It's Zach Gray. He's 1 for 1. He doubled in the 4th off the wall. Gray and Colton Wright both bring the power to the Mavericks lineup in the middle of the order.
Wait for the coin to come down.
0-2 count to Gray.
A little quicker on the draw. Yeah, not there 5 minutes ago.
And Gray hits a foul ball down the first base line. Still 0-2 to Zach Gray. And it's the second straight foul ball from Zach Gray. Keeps the count 0-2. Colton Wright out there on second base after the 3 RBI double. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Zach Gray at an 0-2 count. And Gray's going to hit this one into right field. That one's going to find some grass. They're going to hold Colton Wright on third. It's a single for Gray. He's 2 for 2 on tonight.
Single for Gray. Runners on the corners for the second baseman, number 1, Nolan Ratai.
Another hit for the Mavericks. They're up to 11 on the night. Stepping up into the batter's box for the 4th time here in the 5th inning, it's Nolan Ratai. Ratai comes up to the plate with runners on the corners. He's 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 3rd. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Mavericks lead 8-5. First pitch is in the dirt. And Zach Gray is going to make his way up to second on the wild pitch. Gray steals second. So there's 2 runners in scoring position. And Ratai hits this one high and deep to left. Too high, not deep enough. Blake Adams makes the catch, and that's 3 outs here in the 5th.
Fans, keep those hands clapping. Let's bring out the Ultimate Cheer team one more time. One more time for that Ultimate Cheer team.
Barry Kane comes onto the mound. 8-5 lead going into the top of the 6th for the Mavericks. More work in the 57's bullpen as well. After Isaiah Campa threw 1 inning, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks. Barry Kane comes on for his 10th appearance of the year for the Mavericks. He has 1 start and 8 relief appearances. This will be his 9th. He's pitched 20 1/3 innings with giving up 22 hits, 11 runs, 10 of them earned. He's walked 5 batters, and in those 20 1/3 innings, he has 27 strikeouts. 4-0 record for Barry Kane with a 3.44 ERA.
Cheer, Fusion. Good job, ladies.
Matt Brooks tonight threw 5 innings, gave up 5 runs on 6 hits. He walked 2 batters and struck out 7.
We would like to thank Reliance Insurance tonight, this afternoon, for our game day sponsor, Reliance Insurance, your insurance company. Hey, Ross is up here. He's got 2 draws for jerseys. Ross, making those draws right now. And while we're waiting for that, leading off for the Swift Current 57's, it's the 891 hitters. Number 6, Jared Doki.
Stepping up to the plate now, facing off against Barry Kane, it's Jared Doki, the number 8 hitter for the 57's.
Nadia Siegfried and Val Tobler. Jersey winners, Nadia Siegfried and Val Tobler. Congratulations, you won the
Barry Kane gets ahead, 0-2 in the count. Third pitch is outside. 1-2 now from Kane to Doki at the plate. Doki's 0-2 so far. He got on second base in the second due to an error from Zach Gurry on first base. Another foul ball from Doki at the plate. It's still 1-2. Doki battling up there, getting himself more opportunities here as the leadoff hitter in the 6th inning. And Doki's going to just slap this one right up the middle, just barely past Barry Kane. Stuck out his glove for it, but going to make the grab. Leadoff batter gets aboard for the 57's here in the 6th inning. 1 on, nobody out. Anthony Stewart at the plate. He's 0 for 0 as he's been hit by a pitch and was walked in the 4th inning.
The center fielder, number 21, Anthony Stewart.
One-0 count at the plate to Stewart. And the second pitch from Kane, he guns in there. Finds the outside bottom corner. Gets the called strike, it's 1-1.
This is Barry King. Now pitching for the Mavericks, number 7, Barry Kane.
1-1 count at the plate to Anthony Stewart. Jared Doki on first after the single. 1 on, nobody out. And Stewart's going to foul this one off down the third base line.
So I have an electrician come in. He said it's not electrical, so we got to get air tech in this week to figure out what's out there.
It's on both sides too, eh? Here's not working over there either.
Count is 1-2
I don't even think it was.
to a called strike and a foul ball. Kane looking for the first out of the 6th inning.
I swear I got air tech to service in April. But
And there, you said there was nothing downstairs.
there's something on the condenser, like the big thing that's outside the bathrooms. That's what it is. But the electrician looked at that too. But
Just not flow.
Mavericks currently leading 8-5 here in the 6th inning as the 4th pitch of the at-bat gets well away from Barry Kane.
fan,
Not enough break on the slider.
something at least.
Makes it 2-2.
Well, this isn't so bad. That 2 days ago when it was 37, it was freaking stupid.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Stewart's going to swing through that one. Kane gets his 28th strikeout of the year in the first out of the 6th inning here.
First strikeout there for Kane. Top of the order now for the 57's. Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 8, Ethan Hunter.
1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Top of the order comes up to the plate for the 57's, Ethan Hunter. Hunter is 0 for 3 on the day. He struck out once.
A little closer right now.
Kane checks Doki on first, and he slides in there safely, just about. I don't know, it's pretty close, but there's only 1 out here in the 6th. Turns his attention to the plate. Radai makes a play, flips it to shortstop, and it's a double play from the Mavericks. 4-6-3 double play to end the 6th inning. Great play for Nolan Radai there. Makes the grab and flips it on over to short. Carson Johnson with the throw to first. It's 4-6-3 ends the 6th inning. Mavericks retain their 8-5 lead going into the bottom of the 6th.
The top of the 6th inning was brought to you by Southland Charter.
First double play of the game
Southland Transportation, dedicated to getting groups of all sizes safely.
for the Mavericks.
Hey, book a box right now with Southland, visiting them at southland.ca. Last call for 50-50. Get your 50-50 tickets now. The draw to be made in the 7th inning.
Going into the bottom of the 6th, Mavericks with 11 hits. 57's currently with 7. 57's with 2 errors on the day. And Mavericks only with 1. Mavericks currently lead the 57's 8-5. Isaiah Campa comes out to pitch for the 2nd straight inning for the 57's. Through 1 inning, he gave up 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks.
Slowly playing with the softball team. Right, okay. Leading off for your Medicine Hat Mavericks is the 6, 7, 8 hitters. The 3rd baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Canjura leads off here in the bottom of the 6th. 6, 7, 8 hitters, Canjura, Rodriguez, and Kahn coming up to bat here in the 6th inning for the Mavericks.
Strike one, my good man.
First pitch from Campa here to Canjura is over the strike zone and the outer half of the plate. 0-1 count. Canjura is 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the 2nd inning, reached in the 3rd from an air stop and got an RBI there. Walked and scored in the 5th inning. And he hits this one hard in the center. Line drive for Canjura. It's his first hit of the night.
Leadoff run there, leadoff straight hit for Canjura. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Canjura now 1 for 3. Gets the leadoff hit for the Mavericks.
They just dumped him for No, we're talking about our promo.
Oh, good.
They're just letting me know.
Okay. I thought we were giving away because that total truck.
Oh, no,
Good,
we're not giving that away.
Yeah.
We don't give away.
Never on visitors.
Rodriguez steps up to the plate, 2 for 3. He singled twice and scored twice on the night.
That's right. That's only unless you're.
Unless I'm the only one that has my picture taken.
KJ, are you talking?
Oh, yeah. 3 games over.
Nobody gone, 1 on here in the bottom of the 6th for the Mavericks. Rodriguez looking for his 3rd hit of the day. Gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Bottom of the 6th here, Mavericks lead the 57's 8-5. Rodriguez at the plate looking for his 3rd hit of the night. Kanjura on first with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Two-one count after the called strike. And Rodriguez is going to rip this one by the shortstop, Ethan Hunter. It's Rodriguez's 3rd single of the day.
Brings to the plate the right fielder, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Rodriguez 3 for 4 now.
That's it. Hit the
And he's up to 26 hits on the year. And it's another pitching change for the 57's. Isaiah Campa is taken out of the game after giving up 4 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks after 1 inning pitched.
I tried to delegate it to the office, and before it was done, it was like, there was so much. I was like, I'll do it because we got to get this in.
47, I think.
But I like them. Some thoughts were the other ones were more like the jersey of the hero, whereas this one's like, you know, like a comic book. But just bounce back and forth from year to year.
Now pitching for the 57's. Here in the 6th inning, it's Tommy Steer.
Saturday there's
3 p.m. and 7. Can you make it? Oh, actually, did we have this? I don't even know if we had the scoreboard last time.
For a change, this pitching
Tommy Steer has been a regular starter for the 57's.
Swift Current 57's right-handed reliever.
Steer is making his 8th appearance of the year. So far through 7 appearances, he's made 4 starts and 3 relief appearances. He's pitched 26 in the 3rd innings, giving up 40 hits, 25 runs, 21 of them earned. He's walked 8 batters and struck out 36 batters in 26 in the 3rd innings. He has a 1-4 record with a 5.58 ERA. His 4th appearance in relief.
The right fielder, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Bottom of the 6th. 2 on, nobody out. The first batter that Tommy Steer will face is number 16, Michael Kahn. Kahn 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. See if he can add to his totals here. And he rips this one fair down the first base line. Kahn is going around first, heading for second. And Kahn's going to be safe on second. He was turning second, headed for third. Realized that Rodriguez was standing there, had to retreat. Gets an RBI double, his 2nd RBI of the night.
The left fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Score is 9-5 now. Mavericks lead.
Come on, Murph, send me.
Jordan Dre steps up to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. He singled and scored in the 5th inning. Nobody out, and runners on second and third for the Mavericks. Tommy Steer on the mound.
TT home run challenge coming up in 3 outs.
2-0 count for Jordan Dre.
Sorry to Brittany for me. Brittany, I am so sorry about the Disney bag.
And to counter the plate, Dre is 3-0.
I'll buy you ice cream or a drink or something.
Michael Kahn on second, Sal Rodriguez on third. Nobody out. Dre looking to get on base for the second time this game, maybe bringing another run. He'll be walked on 4 pitches, so that'll load the bases. Bases are loaded for the Mavericks.
No.
Already 1 run has come around. Nobody out here in the 6th. And David Salguero steps up to the plate.
Fielder number 2, David Salguero.
Salguero is 3 for 4 on the night. 2 singles and 1 triple. 1 RBI and 1 run for Salguero. Five straight innings where the Mavericks have scored. They scored in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and now the 6th. They lead the 57's 9-5. 1-1 count to Salguero. Watches the pitch fall outside. Two and one's the count to Salguero. Rodriguez on third. Michael Kahn on second and Jordan Dre on first base. Bases are loaded for Salguero at the plate. And the count at the plate is now 2-2. It's even. Still nobody out. Plenty of opportunities for the Mavericks, bringing around a run or two here in the 6th. Already got 1, so they'll be bringing around some more if they can.
Who's talking on the mic?
Salguero lifts this one high to right center. And Anthony Stewart makes the grab. He throws it in. Rodriguez is going to score. It's an RBI sac fly from Salguero. Just about a collision in the outfield from Nick Canas and Anthony Stewart. Stewart made the grab and threw it in. Not in time for Rodriguez to come around to score. Salguero now with 2 RBI on the night. And the score is 10-5. Mavericks have doubled up here in the 6th. Carson Johnson is still the only Maverick without a hit tonight. He's 0 for 3. He walked with an RBI and scored in the 5th. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 4th. Got an RBI for that as well. So although he's 0 for 3, he has 2 RBI on in the afternoon. One count at the plate for Johnson. Michael Kahn and Jordan Dre currently on second and first for the Mavericks. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Foul ball from Johnson makes it 0-2. Ten to 5, Mavericks have taken a commanding lead over the past couple of innings. Another foul ball from Carson Johnson at the plate. Count is still 0-2. And Johnson's going to ground this one towards the second baseman. And he'll be safe on the E4. The bases are loaded again. Jared Doki can't make the play that time. Third error of the night from the Swift Current 57's. And the bases are loaded here in the 6th inning for Colton Wright with only 1 out. Wright's last at bat in the 5th inning, he doubled with the bases loaded and ended up getting 3 RBI from it. Comes up to for a second straight at bat with the bases loaded. We'll see if he can bring around 3 or more again this time. Counts 0-1 at the plate. 1 gone and 3 on for the Mavericks, a 10-5 lead. And Colton Wright's going to ground this one slowly towards the third baseman, Mitch Dean. They get the out at first, but another run's going to come around to score. Michael Kahn hustles to home.
Run batted in for Colton Wright.
All 3 runners advance, and Colton Wright it now has 4 RBI on the night. The score is 11-5 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Zach Gray now batting. He's 2 for 2. He walked in the 1st and 3rd and scored in the 3rd. He doubled in the 4th and singled in the 5th. Only inning he hasn't had a plate appearances in the 2nd. And he's going to single here. This one up the middle. They're going to bring around 2. 2 RBI single for Zach Gray. He's 3 for 3 now with 2 RBI.
2 RBI single for Gray. The second baseman.
Good base running from Carson Johnson there to come around from second to make it 13-5 for the Mavericks. Mavericks going on a run here in the 6th inning, already 5 runs now. Zach Gray with his 3rd hit of the ball game. 2 RBI. He's also been walked twice. He's reached 5 times. Clintock was just about there, but can't make the play. That one's going to drop for a foul. Radai 1 for 4 on a day. He singled and scored in the 3rd. And Radai hits a hard line drive towards the left field corner. This one's going to be extra bases for the second baseman. Zach Gray is coming around to score. It's an RBI double for Norland Radai. 14-5 for the Mavericks. They're on a roll now. Radai couldn't have hit it any better there. He's now 2 for 5 with an RBI. Quick meeting at the mound for the 57's. 14-5 Mavericks lead as Louis Canjura steps up to the plate. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Canjura is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Nolan Radai out there on second after his double. Oh, 2 count to Canjura. Rodriguez on deck. Foul ball from Canjura there. Keeps the count at 0-2. And Canjura is going to go down swinging. Second time he struck out tonight. But the Mavericks score 6 in the 6th inning to take a 14-5 lead. Mavericks scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th, and 6 in the 6th inning. Swift Current has scored 2 in the 2nd and 3 in the 5th.
3 shots, whoever gets the ball furthest takes on the full drive.
14-5 lead for the Mavericks. Mavericks with 16 hits now. Swift Current with 7.
I'm not gonna lie, boys. I was expecting a lot further hits out of you two. Let's see what you got. Come on. Alright, it's still a lead right now for Ben. Let's see if you like to come back in this one. It looks like with the rule, furthest ball goes to Ben, but thanks so much for playing, you guys.
Congratulations to both our contestants.
Barry Kane comes out for his 2nd inning of work. In the 6th, he pitched 1, only giving up 1 hit. 1 strikeout, no runs came around.
Royal LePage Community Realty. www.medicinehathometeam.ca today. Hey fans, take a look at your program. We're looking for the Taco Time ad, and we're looking for a signature of number 14, Tyler Shumpert, in your Taco Time ad. If you got that signature by Tyler Shumpert, you run a free combo meal courtesy of Taco Time at the Medicine Mall and Dunmore Road locations. Take that in.
It'll be a 2, 3, 4 hitters here in the top of the 7th for the 57's against Barry Kane. Nick Canas on the first pitch. It's a far into center field. This one's going to roll all the way to the track. Salguero with a good throw in, but Nick Canas has a leadoff double for the 57's. His first hit of the ball game.
The first baseman, number 11, Bo McClintock. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, alright. You guys good here for food and beverage?
You good, Gus?
You're welcome.
1 on, nobody out for the 57's. Nick Canas with a leadoff double.
Oh, like from my trip? You're inspiring us. Oh my god, we quoted you really. Thank you.
Bo McClintock now at the plate. He singled and scored in the 5th inning. His other 2 at-bats, he struck out, so he's 1 for 3. Should be 5-8-3. 0-2 count as McClintock swings through that one. McClintock trying not to strike out for the 3rd time this game. Kane looking for his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. McClintock fouls one off down towards the Mavericks dugout. Filches comes out of the dugout to grab it. Still no 2 count at the plate. Mavericks wearing black hats on the outfield today. As McClintock goes down swinging for the 3rd time this game. Kane with his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. Black hats today for the Mavericks instead of their regular red MH hats. These ones have the Mavericks logo on them and they look quite sharp with the red uniforms. 1 on, 1 out. Here for the 57's in the top of the 7th, it's Blake Adams. He hit a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. He blasted one over the left field wall and hit the scoreboard. It was out of here faster than you'd ever imagine. A nice home run from the left fielder. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. One count at the plate. And Adams swings through the 3rd pitch. It's 1-2.
Yeah. 3-7-5-3-3.
1-2 count. And Adams is going to go down swinging. Colton Wright makes a catch out of the dirt. 2 straight strikeouts for Barry Kane. It's 3 now.
2 on for the 57's. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 22, Miles Miller. All right, folks, here's that 50-50 number 37533. 37533. Good for $648. Claim that prize at ticket office.
2 outs now in the top of the 7th. 1 runner on for the 57's as Miles Miller steps up to the plate. Miller so far this game is 2 for 3. Miller doubled in the 2nd inning with an RBI and scored, and he also singled in the 3rd. He leads the team in batting average. And at the plate right now, it's a 2-0 count. Kane looking to get out of the 7th with no runs coming around from the 57's. And Miller's going to hit this one into center field. Salguero runs onto it and makes the grab. That's 3 outs now in the top of the 7th.
You know what that means, folks? Stand up, stretch.
Swift Current still down 14-5 going into the bottom of the 7th inning.
Here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Find me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ain't with it, so let's root for the Mavericks. If they don't win, it's a shame.
It'll be another pitching change from the 57's as Tommy Steer comes out. He gave up 4 runs on 3 hits and a walk. He struck out 1 batter. We'll have a left-handed reliever from the 57's now.
What number was it there? Did you see?
I'm trying to look.
Spencer Lewin?
Yeah.
Ready for a change? This pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lewin.
Another pitching change for the 57's as Spencer Colewin comes in for the 7th inning.
Spencer Lewin.
Colewin so far this year in 11 relief appearances has pitched 21 in the 3rd innings, giving up 19 hits, only 9 runs. He's walked 12 batters and has struck out 31. He has a 1-0 record with a 2.95 ERA. Been a solid reliever for the 57 so far this year. Here in the 7th, he'll face off against the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
7, 8, 9 hitters, it's Sal Rodriguez, Michael Kahn, and Jordan Dre. Rodriguez is 3 for 4. He singled 3 times and scored all 3 times. Michael Kahn is 2 for 4 with 2 RBI, and Jordan Dre is 1 for 3. Called strike on the second pitch. It's an 0-2 count at the plate. And Cole Lewin is going to strike Sal Rodriguez out. Rodriguez is now 3 for 5. Cole Lewin strikes out the first batter he sees.
Hey, the right fielder, number 16, Michael Kahn.
Michael Kahn now batting for the Mavericks. First pitch, he flies into left field. Blake Adams is going to get under it. And Adams will make the catch. First pitch swinging was Kahn, and he's out on the F7.
Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 9, Jordan Dre.
Lewin sits him down 1-2 real quick. And there's 2 gone with nobody on. With Jordan Dre stepping up to the plate, he singled and scored in the 5th and walked and scored in the 6th inning. 2 runs on the day, and he's 1 for 3.
Hey, what's your show?
1-1 count to Dre as he watches a called strike go by. Third pitch in the dirt and gets by the catcher. Ben Kamenowski can't block it, but it doesn't matter because nobody's on the base anyways. It's just ball number 2 of the at-bat. 2-1 is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Dre is going to pick up his second base hit of the afternoon. Dre is now 2 for 4 on a day. He hit that one between the shortstop and third baseman.
The center fielder, number 2, David Salguero.
Perfect little line drive from Jordan Dre there, right in the gap. Nobody can make the play. And there's our runner on for the Mavericks. 2 outs, 1 on. Jordan Dre on first after the single, and David Salguero steps up to the plate. Salguero's 3 for 4. Two RBI on the night for Salguero as well. It's a 1-0 count at the plate. One and 2 is the count now. 2 straight called strikes from the ump. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Salguero trying to get on for the 4th time tonight. Salguero grounds this one towards Mitch Dean at third base. He makes a grab and has a throw. Salguero runs it out. And it's a 4th base hit of the day for David Salguero.
Good speed does it. The shortstop, number 5, Carson Johnson.
Good speed from Salguero gets him on first after the ground ball. Mitch Dean with a great grab on third and a good quick throw. Nothing you can do about David Salguero and his quick speedy legs. Gets 2 on now here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Carson Johnson steps up to the plate now and gets ready for the first pitch from Kaluen. Johnson 0 for 4 on the day, but has 2 RBIs. He's been walked once as well. He looks for his first hit of the night. He's the only Maverick left without a hit. 2 outs, 2 on here in the 7th inning. Mavericks currently lead 14-5. First pitch is fouled off from Johnson. Kaluen gets ahead. It's 0-1. Kaluen with the second pitch, and it's outside in the dirt. Can't find a strike zone there. It's 1-1. Only the 4th ball thrown from Kaluen. It's 4 balls, 10 strikes. It's his count on 14 pitches. And there's a wild pitch that gets through Kamenowski's legs. The runners will advance. Jordan Dre up to 3rd. And David Salguero up to 2nd base. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Mavericks. Kamenowski couldn't squeeze the legs there. The ball got through and the runners advanced. 2-1 count now to Carson Johnson. Looking to cash in a few more runners for the Mavericks. And the 4th pitch is a called strike over top of the plate. Count is now 2-2. And Johnson gonna bloop this one in. Still in the infield. Second baseman Jared Doki is gonna make the grab out of the air. And keeps Johnson off the base and ends the 7th inning.
Mavericks hit nothing here in the bottom of the 7th, but we got the slingshot competition going on here.
We're through 7 now into the top of the 8th. Mavericks lead the 57's 14-5. Quick pitching change now for the home team in the MHMavericks Mavericks. Stepping onto the mound, number 12, Ryan Chanskowski. Barry King pitched 2 shutout innings in the 6th and the 7th, only giving up 2 hits. He struck out 3. Chanskowski comes in to pitch here in the 8th.
Hey, you get them all today if you head on to Days Off Pub after the game. 4.25 highballs, 30-cent wings, 7.
Chanskowski comes up to the mound for the 2nd time this season for the Mavericks. The relief pitcher only got here last week. In 1 appearance for the Mavericks so far this season, he's thrown 2 innings. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run, and he walked 1 batter. No strikeouts in those 2 innings, but he did collect the victory. He has a 1-0 record with a 3.50 ERA.
Last call, souvenirs, and concession. What do we got up here? 41.
Ryan Chanskowski pitching.
Leading off.
It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters that Chanskowski faces. Ben Kamenowski leads off the top of the 8th for the 57's. Chanskowski. Ryan Chanskowski.
Now pitching for the Mavericks, number 12, Ryan Chanskowski.
2-0 count at the plate. Komanowski watching him go by. Swings on the third pitch and fouls it off just behind home plate. Makes the count 2-1. Komanowski 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out in the third and had a solo home run in the 5th inning. Hits this one hard and deep, but it's going to be foul. Right field foul territory evens up the count 2-2. Komanowski trying to get on board as the leadoff hitter here in the 8th. 57's currently down 9 runs. 5th pitch from Chanskowski will help Komanowski's case. That one in the dirt gets behind the back catcher. And the count is 3 balls, 2 strikes. And it's another foul ball from the 57's catcher, Komanowski.
Who gets the post-game interview today, guys?
Komanowski hits a hard foul ball down the left field line.
Colton for his 3-run triple, or double. What did he do?
Still a full count to Komanowski, and it's another foul ball. This one high in the air. Colton Wright coming after it. It's into the stands. Count is still full, 3-2.
Who had the triple? You had a double and a triple?
Garth, I saw Garrow tripled. Colton hit.
Yeah, Colton.
Still full count to Komanowski. And it's going to be a walk to the leadoff batter for the 57's in the 8th.
The third baseman, number 4, Mitch Dean.
I think we should do Nathan start. So, about the trade rumors,
That was awesome.
Stepping up to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. Number 4, Mitch Dean. Hits this one hard towards Nolan Rada. He makes the grab and flips it on over to second. They get the double play, 4-6-3. Good grab from Zach Gray on a throw from Carson Johnson. Just a little bit off the plate. He had to reach for it. Second 4-6-3 double play of the game from the Mavericks.
Kim Feisel, winner.
Now up with nobody on and 2 outs, it's Jared Doki. He's 1 for 3. And he's now going to be 2 for 4 as he slaps one into the outfield, and center field gets on with a base hit.
874 of you here tonight this afternoon for the Mavericks versus the 57. Thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday.
Doki, number 8 hitter, 2 hits now on the game. There's another runner on with 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Number 21, Anthony Stewart. Better known as Tony.
Chanskowski trying to get out of the 8th here. No runs allowed. Maverick trying to get into the bottom of the 8th. Still up 14-5. Anthony Stewart at the plate. The number 9 hitter is 0 for 1 on the day. Stewart was hit by a pitch and then walked in the 4th, and he struck out in the 6th inning. 1 and 1 count at the plate. Foul ball from Stewart on the third pitch. Chanskowski gets ahead 1-2. Chanskowski still looking for his first strikeout in a Mavericks uniform. He's now pitched 2 2/3. No strikeouts yet for the reliever. Fourth pitch is a ball. That one just down low. Colton Wright definitely thought it was in there as he caught the ball and started walking on over to the dugout. Pitch is low, so it's 2-2. And Stewart swings through the fifth pitch. That's a fastball up high. Chanskowski gets his first strikeout. And the top of the eighth is now over.
Now we got some Old Dutch chips to give away. Stand up, cheer, make some noise. Old Dutch chip giveaway. Oh, we can't hear you. Come on, cheer there.
And it's going to be another pitching change from the 57's here for the bottom of the eighth. Nick Hooper is going to come in to pitch for the 57's. Spencer Cole Lewin pitched 1 inning, giving him no runs on 2 hits and 1 strikeout.
Locally owned and operated, offering private training, group classes, and 24-hour open membership. The official training facility of the Mavericks, Temple Fitness. Same guy, or is this number 27?
Yep.
New guy? 27. I heard him make
Nick Hooper steps up to the mound for the 14th time in relief for the 57's. Through 13 relief appearances, he's thrown 16 2/3, given 12 hits, only 4 earned runs, and 23 strikeouts. Has a 3-2 record with a 1.68 ERA. Been a good year in relief for Nick Hooper despite the 2 losses. Good numbers around the board for Hooper.
Make some noise, put your hands together for our leadoff hitter, the catcher number 25, Colton Wright.
Colton Wright steps up to the plate for the 6th time this game. He's 1 for 5 with a 3 RBI double in the 5th inning. Wright has 4 RBI on the night despite going 1 for 5. 14-5, Mavericks lead going into the bottom of the 8th. It's the 3, 4, 5 hitters that Hooper is going to have to get through. Colton Wright, Zach Gray, and Nolan Radeye. 6 hits between the 3 batters in the middle of the Mavericks order. Wright watches the first 2 go by. It's a 2-0 count. And Wright's going to get a base hit here. Leadoff single as he smacks this one into left field.
Right on with a single. Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 31, Zach Gray.
Gray steps up to the plate with 1 on and nobody out. He's 3 for 3, walked his first 2 at-bats, and then has since doubled and singled twice. He has 2 RBI and has scored 2 times as well. We'll see if he can get on board for the 6th time this afternoon. Here against Nick Hooper. Count at the plate is 1-1. And a slider from Nick Hooper is a good one. That one just finds the bottom half of the strike zone. Makes the count 1-2 on the called strike. And Gray lifts this one high and deep center field. Anthony Stewart backs up and grabs it. Zach Gray will not get on 6 times tonight.
One gone for the Mavericks.
He's now 3 for 4. And there's 1 on, 1 out here in the 8th inning for the Mavericks. Mavericks lead 14-5 here still in the 8th inning. After scoring 4 in the 5th and 6 runs in the 6th inning. Radai steps up to the plate with 1 on, 1 out. Colton Wright currently on first base after a single. And Radai is 2 for 5 so far tonight. Swings through the first Nick Cooper offering. Makes the count 0-1. Radai watches that one go by. Good choice from him and a good eye. Landed in the catcher's mitt just a little high of the strike zone. It's 1-1. Strike 2 called at the plate. Pitch down low in the zone. Radai gets behind now. It's 1-2. Louis Canjura on deck. Canjura 1 for 4 so far. And Radai's going to go down swinging. Swing through the fastball outside of the plate. Can't keep up with it. And there's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
A third baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura.
Now stepping up to the plate with 2 outs and 1 on. The third baseman, number 4, Louis Canjura. He's walked once and reached with an error as well as singled this game. So he's been on 3 times, but he's 1 for 4. He scored twice with an RBI as well. This one he grounds towards the shortstop, Ethan Hunter. He'll make the flip to second baseman. 6-4 gets the out.
Here in the bottom of the 8th, they have a 14-5 lead. Top of the 9th coming up here, folks. Other scores in the WNBL that we're going to bring up to speed in.
Going into the top of the 9th now. It's a 14-5 Mavericks lead.
Final in Yorkton, they beat Lethbridge 2-0. And the other games are later games going on in the WNBL later on this evening. Again, fans, make sure you head off the days off.
Ryan Chanskowski comes out to close this one here in the 9th inning. Through 1, going to give up 1 hit and 1 walk and a strikeout. No runs came around to score. Mavericks had a 4-6-3 double play in the 8th that helped them get out of the 8th inning.
From 6 to 6:45 to take advantage of the Mavericks happy hour, brought to you by Mainland Liner Pub, the home of Better Snacks Best Weekend Karaoke.
Mavericks currently 23-4 in the season. They had a 13-game win streak snapped last night by the Edmonton Prospects. Looking to start a new winning streak here today at Athletic Park against the 57's. 57's have currently lost 4 in a row. If they don't come back here in the 9th inning, this will be their 5th straight loss. Mavericks looking to improve to 24-4 on the season.
The Saturday game against Fort McMurray, there'll be 2 games there, one at 3, and the next one at 7:05. The 3 o'clock game is a makeup game for where they lost out due to rain up in Fort McMurray. They're going to make up that game on Saturday, 3 o'clock. Starting off for the Swift Current 57's, number 8, Ethan Hunter.
Top of the order for the 57's in the 9th inning, Ethan Hunter, Nick Canas, and Bo McClintock. Ethan Hunter is going to hit one into short right field. Nolan Radai runs onto it, makes the grab. on the first pitch of the at-bat. Good hustle from him
10-4.
to get the out in short right, the second baseman.
So it's Sunday. That means the kids can run the bases if you want to run the bases.
One up, one down here in the ninth. Mavericks 2 outs away from getting another win at Athletic Park.
39 hit. Canis.
Nick Canis steps up for the 5th time. He's 1 for 4. He doubled in the 7th inning. That was to lead off the 7th, but he was left on base. See if he can get on again here. Try to get something going for the 57's. Down 9 in the 9th inning. Two-one count at the plate. And it's now 3-1. Nick Canas gets well ahead now. Looking to get aboard for the second straight at-bat. And he's going to hit this one, a ground ball up the middle. Just missed Chanskowski there. So it's a base hit for Canas. 1 on for the 57's now here in the 9th. Strike 1 at the plate to Bo McClintock. McClintock steps up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. He's 1 for 4 in a day. He singled and scored in the 5th. He struck out his other 3 at-bats. And it's an 0-2 count. Chanskowski throws one on the inner half. That one finds the corner. 2 straight called strikes. And Chanskowski gets in a good pitching count at 0-2. That one is up high. The fastball can't find the strike zone. McClintock watches it goes by. 1-2 is the count. McClintock's going to hit this one to Chanskowski. He's going to throw to second base. The shortstop, Carson Johnson, makes the play. He had to slide for it. Stepped on second and got the 4th out.
Johnson with the happy feet gets the runner at second. 2 gone for the 57's. Brings to the plate.
Bo McClintock makes it on first after the fielder's choice. So 2 outs now, 1 on for the 57's. McClintock on first after the fielder's choice. And Blake Adams steps up to the plate. Adams is 2 for 4. He had a 2-run home run in the 5th inning. Fouls off the first pitch. He'll likely be looking for his second home run of the night here in this at-bat just to get 2 runs around. They're down 9. He'll fly this one into right field. Michael Kahn seems to be under it. And he is. He makes the grab, and that's the ball game here at Athletic Park. Mavericks win their 24th of the season. Mavericks win another one here at Athletic Park. 14-5 the score against the Swift Current 57's. Mavericks play again tomorrow night, Monday, July 9th, 7:05 local time. Mavericks win here 14-5, improve to 24-4 in the season. We play the Okotoks Dogs tomorrow at Athletic Park at 7:05. Tune in tomorrow to watch another Mavericks live stream. Thanks for watching this afternoon. Have a great rest of your Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow.